The sun, who is God, is Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Soul sun is the embodiment of all effulgence. Soul sun is the embodiment of all effulgence. He is the time god. He is the originator. All the scholars of this world are chanting the hymns of the soul sun. Soul sun is the embodiment of all effulgence. All the scholars of this world are chanting the hymns of the soul, sun, God. The soul, sun, God. The Sun Lord is omnipresent. Sun Lord is omnipresent. He was not born. The placenta itself becomes in the womb. He gives birth to himself and does. That means he is Swayambhu. The face was in all directions. The devotees who worship and bow down to the soul Sun Lord with all his might and energy will become like the sun. This is what Kasi Kandam says. So Unmilya Nayane Yavat Ta Pasyati Tapodhana Tad Ujjat Sahasramsu Sahasradhika Tejasam. Again Kasi Kandam. The enlightened eye of Alakapati or Kutasam was able to see Vishwanath, the Atma Surya, the apostle who shone brighter than the millennial suns that opened and shone. Tvam aksharam paramam veditavyam. Tvamasya vishvasya param nidhanam. Tvamavyaha shasvata dharmabhuta sanatanaha purusho mate me. That is Gita 11th Adhyaya 18th Sloka. You are the indestructible Paramatma, Parabrahma. We need to know you and yourself only. You are the real abode of the universe. You are indestructible. You are the eternal guardian. You yourself are ancient. You are the patriarch. You are a co-conspirator. You are the sole son. Atma Surya only is Narayana. This Atma Surya only is the main male, Adi Purusha. Now this millennial vision is getting more and natural and easier with the eyes closed. This condition is now has become innate nature and highly natural. The soul sun is the source of all its flame. From this root cause comes the production and rhythm. The cosmos immerses with the Atma Surya. The mind became unconscious and senseless while performing prana karma. Today, the Lord appeared. Omkara Dhvani is being heard continuously. This merging place of rhythm itself is terrifying to the yogi. This is the merging place. That is Kutastha. That is when this rhythm is reached, there is a genderless gender. That is form of death. A form of death. There are two directions to the steady state of life. One is Vishnu or the direction of the spread. The second is the chronological destroyer, that is Shiva. The sadhak or practitioner must acquire knowledge of these two directions. But if the sadhak or practitioner focuses on the destroyer, he becomes entangled in time and terror. Hence, the yogic vision should not be towards chronology. This Atma Surya is Narayana. See, remember, when you are meditating, you may be thinking about death. You should never think about it. Because once you start thinking about death, you will be terrified. That is why you should not bother about it. That's what we mean. I reached the Sahasrara Chakra and gained Sahasrara Chakra status. Then Sahasra Suryas, that is Sahasra Krishnas, appeared. These Sahasra Suryas are suns disappeared, and only one sun appeared as the great Krishna. This great Krishna is the great Kutastham, or the great soul sun. This massive soul sun is the source of everything. Causal water and millennials are in place of production for all, even more so while performing Kriya Yoga Prana Karma. This Atma Surya is also not seen, and only Mahasunya is present, which is Brahman, which is Brahma. This same amorphous stillness is Advaita. Sense organs of action are karmendriyas are five. These are five subtler senses of wisdom or jnanendriyas than these. The mind is beyond these 10 senses. This mind is the breath. The mind is also present as long as the breath is exhaled and inhaled. Remember that one. Buddhi means point or bindu of the mind. As soon as the mind becomes stable, the buddhi becomes stable. As soon as the breath, mind and buddhi is fixed, a point is seen in the kutastha, the place between the eyebrows. As soon as the breath, mind and buddhi is fixed, the be stilled, a point is seen in the kutastha, the place between the eyebrows. This point is the rhythm or laya sthanam of it all. This point is the rhythm or laya sthanam of it all. When the sadhak goes beyond this point or steady intellect or sthira buddhi, then that is Brahma. Then there will be no seeing, no visions, no knowing, and so on. That Brahma is absolute, the immaculate, the void. Science says, Shastra says the same thing. Sparsan rasanam chaiva granam chakshu srotram panchendriya midam tattvam manas sadhanyam indriyam. Gnana sankalani tantram. Touch, taste, smell, hearing, seeing. These are all the five senses. Above these senses is the mind or manas. The mind or manas is also indriya or sense. Mind or manas is also the indriya, that is sense. The yogi must go beyond this. Only then does the sadhak gets Brahma Gnana. The atmosphere of happiness, sorrow, anger, and passion, Passion, and passion are all removed by intense Kriya Yoga meditation. The fickle mind becomes fixed. Then the mind becomes the radiance of the cognitive point. Nothing happens because of fickleness. This is possible only through Kriya Yoga Prana Karma. Atma Jyoti exists with Omkara Dhvani. It comes from the soul sun itself. In the soul sun itself, mind exists. It is the product of a fixed mind. You must merge in that fixed mind. The same is Vishnu Padam or breathless state or fixed mind. That is actually Vishnu Padam means that one. The same is Vishnu Padam or breathless state. When you reach the breathless state, that is called Vishnu Padam or fixed mind. Samadhi is to merge the breath into the fixed mind. The mind that sees is not there. Dvaitam lasts as long as it can be seen. Once you are seeing it, the Dvaitam exists. Remember this one. Okay. This fickle mind is a sense. This fickle mind drives the rest of the senses. That is drives. The fickle mind drives the rest of the senses. The steadfast mind is a true mind. There is no action in the fixed mind. The fixed mind is formless and void. The same is Brahma. The steady mind is a state of operation. The same is mantra. It is the dualistic mind that sees the enlightenment that appears in the Kutastha. Redeem it too and go into no shape or arup. There should be no droplet of response inside the body. Only then does the transcendental state prepare. The body exists, but there will be no deha bodha. The body exists, but there will be no deha bodha. Then the yogi himself becomes Shiva. Lord Shiva means great emptiness. Mahasunya is Lord Shiva. Remember this one. Water has no energy as long as it is in a tumbler. It has endless power when it meets the Ganga, Ganges. Nirvikalpa Samadhi is the unification or rhythm. Unification means rhythm in the serenity found in the Kutastha. Purushottama appears to be in a state where the fickle mind has ceased to exist and the fixed mind is at birth while performing Kriya Yoga. In the next stage, there is a great void above Purushottama. The same is Parabrahma. There will be nothing to be seen. The same is true Advaita. There is no breathing at all. The earlier volatility is a myth. The earlier volatility is a myth, M-Y-T-H, myth, or some people call it as myth. Nothing is there in this. All this is despisable. All is despisable. A lie, a dream. Now wanting nothing, not dreaming. Now wanting nothing, not dreaming. Now the only desire is to remain silent. The unitary part of the fixed Brahman is volatility. You understand? So once you are very much through this sadhana, so you don't want anything except you like only silence. You don't like to work anywhere. That is what is happening. Harish is enjoying this sadhana. That is why he wanted to do more and more sadhana. He doesn't want to do anything else. This happens to everybody. The unitary part of the fixed Brahman, that is Sthira Brahman, is volatility. From that volatility, this body, mind, intellect, samsara, world, all these impermanent things come out. Okay, from this, from that volatility only. First volatility starts. From that volatility, this body, mind, intellect, samsara, world, all these permanent things come out. That's what Rajesh was asking. Ignorance, etc. yesterday. Maha Sthira Gruha is the fearless world. Mahasthira Gruha is the fearless word or Abhayapadam. Before the rhythm in the void, this the rhythm is Laya. Before the rhythm in the void, this world, all kinds of gods and goddesses and Atma Jyoti, all of this will appear. Before merging into this what you call this Mahasunya or void, this world, all kinds of gods and goddesses and Atma Jyoti, all of these will appear. All of these are steps. यथा नदीनां बहवोऽम्बुवेगाः समुद्रमेवाभिमुखद्रन्ति तथा तवामि नरलोकवीरा विशन्ति वक्त्रन्यभि विजय उज्ज्वलन्ति. Gita 11th Adhyaya 28th Sloka. Either way, all the rivers travel across the ocean and merge into the ocean, as well as the whole neural world enters into your radiant, glowing face. Just as the river meets the sea, which is its source according to its dharma, so the living entity must also go towards Sthira Brahma, which is its source according to dharma. Nature cannot do that whether they want it or not. Sharire bhavaha, sharire jivaha, atmavai putra namasi. The mind exists as a soul at the time of kriya. Reason is that Brahma is omnipresent at the time of doing kriya. This mind, at the time of doing kriya, this mind, that is soul, is bounded. Remember this one. At the time of doing kriya, this mind, that is the soul, is bounded. In kriya paravastha, the soul, that means self, which is finite, becomes infinite. Pancha tattvas are present when the kriya is not at all done. Remember, when you are not doing any kriya yoga, the pancha tattvas will be present. These pancha tattvas are called malam or faults or doshas. These pancha tattvas are called malam or faults. In the transcendental kriya paravastha state, you are Brahman, you are Brahma. Kriya is dharma, kriya is cause of action. Kriya takes you to your home state of Sthira Brahma. There is no dharma in the kriya paravastha. Once you reach kriya paravastha, there is no dharma, because kriya paravastha is dharma by itself. In the transcendentally, spiritually highest kriya paravastha state, there is no such a thing as darshan visions. What is yet to be known? What is to be known? All the deities seen through kriya are only the shadow or silhouette of the soul. Not seeing and not knowing is a true virtue or dharma of reality. Seeing Krishna in the Kutastham should not be there. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit mam vyatati siddhaye vyatataamapi siddhanam kaschit mam veti tarishyati. Gita 7th Adhyaya 3rd Sloka. Only a few out of thousands of human beings are striving for success. Only a few of those who strive for success can fully know me. Only those who can merge into Parabrahman, that is Sthira Brahma, can know me. This world to the people, as this world to the people will be there as per their mind. One is that man does not want to be on his own. And the second is that his surroundings are not conducive. All four ages are in your present life. Remember this one. This Kali Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, and Kruta Yuga or Satya Yuga are all in your present life only. It is Kali Yuga if you do not practice Kriya Yoga Sadhana in the present. The stage in which you attain Kriya Yoga in the present and do it with devotional bliss is called Dwapara Yuga. The Treta Yuga is the state in which the sadhak or practitioner attains the state of transcendence or Kriya Paravastha state while doing Kriya Sadhana. It is called Satya Yuga when the yogi does more and more and more sadhana and attains the state of transcendence or Kriya Paravastha state, that is, the state of Nirvikalpa Samadhi, and attains the still Brahma and merges into it, then he goes into Mahasamadhi. He himself then becomes the truth. These four states are the four Vedas. Dharma means action. Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali Yuga are the degeneracy of Kriya Yoga Sadhana. Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali Yuga are the degeneracy of Kriya Yoga Sadhana. That is from the state of Samadhi to the state of knowledge called Vijnana Padam. From the Vijnana Padam to the state of knowledge called Jnana Padam. From the Jnana Padam to the state of not doing Kriya. Satya Yuga means to be in Kutastha. Treta Yuga means to see Kutastha. Dwapara Yuga means to gain pleasure through Kriya. And Kali Yuga means giving or initiating Kriya. Mahadyuti means enlightened Kutastha is the secret of all dharmas. People say Mahadyuti, Mahadyuti like that. That means actually enlightened Kutastha is the secret of all dharmas. This mystery is to be known through Kriya Yoga. These are not heard or read, but familiarized with the experience. Everything is in you. Only get to know yourself. This includes giving up all extraneous objects, luxuries, fashions, and costumes, leaving no stone unturned. There is no need to go to a monastery, missionary, shrine, mosque, church, or ashram. Just keep doing Kriya and get Sthira Brahman. Remember this one. There is no need to go to a monastery, missionary, shrine, mosque, church, or ashram. Just keep doing Kriya and get Sthira Brahman. The source of Dharma is Veda. The source of Dharma is Veda. That is everything known by Kriya. Shruti means unspoken and heard without telling by anybody. And the same is Veda. Vedani apaurucheyani. Smriti means one who hears and remembers. Shruti means one who hears and remembers. Do Kriya and get fame. Die in this world and attain bliss in Brahma in heaven. Shruti means Vedam, the one who hears. Smriti means hear and memorize the Kriya. Smriti means Shruti means Vedam, the one who hears. Smriti means hear and memorize the Kriya. Righteousness or Sadacharam. People say Sadacharam, Sadacharam. Sadacharam means continue to be remembering the Kriya. Sadacharam means continuing Continue to remembering the Kriya. Priyam means be constant or steady. Priyam means what? Be constant and steady. Shruti, Smruti, Sadacharam and Priyam. Shruti, Smruti, Sadacharam and Priyam.
Guruji, you said Sadachara means remembering Kriya. Does
Yes.
it mean remembering to do Kriya? Like always thinking about, okay, I need to do Kriya next, I need to do Kriya
Yes.
next when I have free time.
Continue to be remembering.
Okay,
Not
Guruji.
remembering. Continue to remembering. That means continue to do Kriya is Sadachara.
Oh, okay, Guruji.
Okay. So, Shruti, Smruti, Sadacharam and Priyam. So, go through them. Go through them as medium and be steady. These four are literally dharma or virtue. Kamana orders. Kamana orders are present in everyone. To understand Ram, Kamana orders are present in everyone. The sense of smell or desire or hope is mental condition or manodharma present in everyone as long as this mind is not still or volatile in this body. It is present in some form or another. When life becomes still, then man becomes Vasudeva. Vasu means Paramatma, God means heaven or void. The great sky is Vasudeva. That means Mahasunya is Vasudeva. Do the best Kriya Yoga Prana Karma. Fix the fickle life, that is Prana. Then there will be no Kamana orders.
Okay. Guruji, Vasu means vacuum, Guruji.
Vacuum.
Sunya, Mahasunya.
Mahasunyam. Vasudeva means Mahasunyam only.
Okay, Guruji.
Fix the fickle life, that is Prana. Then there will be no Kamana orders. The great sky or Mahakas is not the sky we see. The great sky or Mahakas is not the sky we see. The Mahakas of the sky we see is this vast emptiness. This Mahakas or universe is Narayana. Okay. So today this is sufficient, I think.